Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Chai with Gary. Manchester United 3, Burnley 1. Chai, how do you see
Who
that game?
cares, dude? Who cares? Who cares?
Who
I'm
cared about
wondering
the game?
who cared about the game. Fuck. But before we go into addressing the elephant in the room,
Yeah.
let's talk about the game. I think is probably the second half performance. I think was quite astonishing to a certain degree after I've seen the first half. I think there was stark improvements, and I think we carried off where we left off from the Tottenham Hotspur game. Um,
Yeah.
there was Mason Greenwood, fucking genius. Uh,
Yeah.
Donny Van de Beek got apparently it's his birthday today, so shout out to him. And
It's,
it is
it's,
actually.
yeah, yeah.
If he's watching, yeah, it's
Happy
Danny
birthday to
boy,
you,
happy
Donny.
birthday. Yeah, so look, the assist was fucking fantastic. He got an assist for Cavani's goal at the end. That was great as well. But I have to fucking talk about the first 40 seconds. What the fuck was Henderson thinking? Um, I've
Hendo
seen,
is basically Barthez. If
yeah,
Barthez and Joe Hart had a kid,
dude, you keep
Henderson would be
saying,
that kid.
yeah,
Dude,
and he wore a
honestly,
fucking cap as well. Don't wear a cap, dude.
like, what was he thinking? I
I
mean,
don't know.
you do realize that you're the keeper, right? And you've
Yeah,
got defenders ahead of you. Like, command your defenders to get the ball. Like, there was no
he's
need for you
just
to rush
it
out.
was it was jumping like a
I
mad
was
monkey,
so
dude. But
mad when that goal went
yeah.
in, Chai.
But
What the
look,
hell?
it was only marginally offside, huh? So it's not that
Yeah.
he was miles offside and shit like that, and we don't have to pat ourselves in the back saying, "Oh, we knew he was offside and shit like that." We didn't know shit. It just went in, and
Hmm.
pre VAR days that would have been a goal, right?
Goal for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
In
look,
hindsight,
it
maybe that goal should have gone in because we would have come out and played better football.
played better
Maybe
football,
because that's what we
maybe.
do normally.
Maybe exactly, but you know
Yeah.
what? I think there were phases in the game where I thought we'd controlled pretty much most of it, and it
Yeah.
was. Uh, and I think taking off Fred and bringing on Cavani, I think
Oh,
was
dude,
good.
I think Fred, and McTominay, dude, the fucking useless, absolutely
Dude,
fucking useless the entire game.
okay, tell me
I
this:
on
what more proof does Mister Ole need to not play them together? What more
the
proof?
problem is, I think, look, the way the team is right now, he's got
Hmm.
no choice. They don't
Van de
have
Beek is sat there, bloody
yeah, but
counting
the
his
thing is
bloody.
that I don't know, whatever Ole doesn't trust him
Uh,
or what, there's a problem there.
yeah,
So with a defense that's so slow, you've got to really babysit the defense.
yeah,
And so, McTominay and Fred are there to, I don't know, to do do one man's job together,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
ridiculous. And dude, we basically we were so deep, and
yeah.
we couldn't even. The
We were
midfield was
so
non-existent.
we were so deep we could find oil, dude.
Yeah, that's all a
We,
guess joke.
yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
it's it was look. There were parts in the game where I thought we did really well, especially in the second half, right? So let's give
Hmm.
them credit where credit is due. I think Pogba again should have probably scored that header, but it was a good just after I think it was a good cross by Wan-Bissaka. Uh, Surprisingly enough, I didn't know Wan-Bissaka could cross the ball. By the way, it's on record here. This is the first time I've seen him put a
Hey,
ball
to be
in,
fair,
and
I thought he had a
fucking
good
good
game.
cross. Yeah,
He had a
dude, it
good
was a
game,
good
man.
cross.
I think both the fullbacks had an amazing game. I
Dude,
think
Luke Shaw.
Rashford was my man of the match.
Oh my god,
Dude,
dude,
he was
Rashford
doing
went past
flip
that guy.
flops. He was doing
Yeah,
nutmegs. He was
he was doing flip
all
flops.
the
I have
works.
flip flops.
But I
But
mean, honestly, he just, dude, this is the
oh,
Rashford
dude,
that
he
we all
went
wanted to
past.
see.
Yeah, dude, he just nutmegged him. The guy who got nutmegged didn't even know he got nutmegged. He just pushed the ball through and ran.
Yeah,
And he's like, "Oh
he was
shit, what
still
the fuck
waiting.
happened?" I can't remember who the
Uh,
Burnley player was, but it was. But okay,
Rashford.
it all came crashing back after Mason's goal. Oh,
Hmm.
Mason's goal. Let's talk about
Oh
that for
my
a
God,
second.
dude!
Fucking hell!
What
What a cutback! What brilliant
Bruno's dummy, amazing.
dummy, dude!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just wonderful, right? But let's actually talk about that Tchaikovsky's goal.
Dude. Do we really have to talk about it?
Yeah, dude,
Like
we
you
might
said,
have to.
Chai, it's a cut and paste from every single goal that we've considered from a corner.
Yeah.
Zonal marking.
I
Like,
you know, there's this meme about Phil Jones where he's like, like things like
yeah,
that.
Maguire.
Have you seen that meme?
Yeah,
Maguire's face after the goal came this next closest to this. He was, oh my,
dude, he's so
I'm sorry. I
useless.
just,
He is so useless. Like all
he's,
he had to do, Tarkovsky had two guys. One Bissaka was on him. Maguire was on him.
yeah.
Like, if you have to take him out, take him
Take him
out.
on.
Just take him out. Dude,
Oh my god. This was when that guy was wearing a fucking cap as well. I would have fucking shoved a cap up his ass, Dean Henderson. Dude, I don't think serious goalkeepers wear caps. But anyway, that's
dude,
my
okay,
rant for
yes,
the
the
day.
sun
I'm
is
done.
probably in your eyes, but I mean,
Yeah.
here's an idea. Why
Sun
don't
is
you
in
wear
Tottenham
shades?
Hotspur, dude.
Son, oi, Mourinho sacked, man. Big news, huh?
Yeah, but wait, we'll get there. But
We will
anyway,
get
dude,
there.
great game. Fucking nobody cared about United winning. I think
And
second place is
no fucks were
guaranteed.
given. Zero
Zero
fucks
fucks
were
were.
given.
It doesn't matter anymore. Is there going to be a
Yeah.
Premier League next season? That is the question everyone's
That
asking.
uh, is that going to be a Champions League? Is that going to be a Premier League? Who knows?
What are we fighting for second place, Champions League spots? If all of this were there, why the fuck do we care about second place?
Chai,
Do
you
we
know
really need
what?
it?
I was so look before we wrap up with the game. I just wanted to finish up with the game. Look, going to this game, Burnley is at one fixture in every calendar year that you really want to avoid, or
From
you just want to
2017, I
score that
think.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
since 2015, we've not won at Old Trafford against Burnley. So this was a massive, massive game for us in terms of mentality and getting past that barrier.
Yeah.
And I was just so happy when we got that win.
Yeah.
I think the mentality, I can see it changing now. We've got the players now to kind of give you the experience, and you've got young players coming in. And I think with Cavani there, I think he's really important
I
for us
think
right now.
I think the second half squad was more balanced, to be
Yeah,
quite fair.
dude, when as soon as he came in, dude, the
84th minute he came in,
passing.
bloody yeah. It's just like slick, right?
He
It's very
just
slick.
he's so slick. He knows like he's when he's got good players around him. That's when you get your best out of Van der Beek.
You know what, dude?
And
So when we initially, just quickly before, let me make the statement. I was thinking through this after the game as well. I was like, look, we always wanted somebody like Ander Herrera. We really missed that guy because he was one of those guys who'd put his head down, do what's required, and he's hard as nails, right? He'll do anything to win. And in a
yeah,
United shirt, he had that passion for as a United player. The only player that I think we've bought recently who could fit the mold of an Ander Herrera is probably Van de Beek. Maybe a clever one at that, right? This is, and
well,
I'm saying that two different
we're talking in terms of personality. Or talking in
cleverness,
terms of
cleverness,
uh,
cleverness, personality.
look. I don't look.
There are some traits that I
I
believe
think
he could
Herrera.
fit the
Look,
mold.
for me, when I look at Herrera, he's more of the mold of Bruno in terms of personality. But to be fair, dude, I mean, he's
I mean, he's
quite
not given a
limited
chance
footballer as
right?
well.
Who, Herrera?
I think he was a good
100%.
player.
100%.
But
That's what I'm
if you
trying to
gave him
say.
instructions, like the game
Yeah.
against Chelsea, where he
Yeah.
completely marked out Hazard,
Yes.
that if you give him clear instructions, he will get the job done. And
Dude,
I can never
100%.
fault him for passion. But
Exactly.
you
That's what I'm
cannot put Van
about
der
to
Beek
say.
in the same.
No, I'm telling you, Van de Beek
Yeah.
is an upgrade to Herrera, is what I'm trying
Oh,
to
for
say.
sure.
He's
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
same. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm like, you not only got a player in Herrera's mold, the player that we missed
Yeah.
him the most, we got
Yeah.
an upgrade on him. Unfortunately, he doesn't find himself on the fucking this thing, right? He literally, if you gave him a box to box, what do you call position to occupy, I think he'll do it. If you give him a chance on the right wing, I think he'll do it. Herrera, sometimes the balls he put in from the right wing were fucking
Yeah.
amazing balls he put in,
Amazing.
right? Because
Yeah.
he started his career as a right winger, Herrera, for
Yeah.
people who didn't know, I think. And then Van de Beek is a similar sort of a mold as well. He knows where people are making runs. He's intelligent. He's clever. So I think he's just an upgrade from Herrera. Unfortunately, we don't play in that system, right? Imagine a midfield with Pogba, Bruno, and Van de Beek and attacking,
Dude.
right? Or fucking hell, dude. It's just going to be one touch, slick, crisp.
And you know
passing, right?
what? When I see Van der Beek, he is a player who's so versatile in terms of the things he can do.
He
I
can
wouldn't
start playing
even
cricket
mind.
also. He's
maybe,
so
maybe.
versatile.
Hey,
Yeah.
cricket. Yeah, like
Uh,
volleyball. But you
yeah.
could even play him on the right wing position
Yeah.
because Mata for the longest time used to be our right winger. He wasn't a
Yes.
natural right winger, and so if you're going to play, if you're not buying anyone in the summer, maybe try him
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, exactly.
That
But Mason's
might be
doing
an
a pretty
option.
half decent job as well, right? So the right
Yeah.
wing. So he's also okay.
And
Put
I,
one
I
side
just want
back.
to quickly touch on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right?
Yeah.
I've been very, very critical of him in terms of his in-game management.
Yeah.
I think, okay, so when he put the team sheet out,
Yeah.
I was very, very skeptical because when I looked at Burnley's a
Hmm.
team who's always going to sit back, put on long balls, and hope for
Yeah.
Chris Wood to get onto a header or
Which he
shot,
did.
which he did on a few
Hmm.
times. He had a really good game, I thought.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I think Ole reassessed the situation at halftime, realized that,
Hmm.
with Fred and McTominay there, the midfield was non existent and you needed to control the game a bit more. So I was really, really happy for him
Yeah.
to take out Fred and bring on Cavani. And I think that change really changed the game for us.
Oh, 100%, dude. So
So
one more thing,
credit
you
to
know
him.
what? Uh, uh, I believe McTominay plays better without Fred also. I think
Hmm.
there's always that little, for some reason, I think he starts opening, the shackles come off McTominay,
Yeah.
right? So he's a little bit more free and he knows what he's doing, sort of a thing. Look, it is what it is. Anyway, the game's done and dusted. Talking about
Yeah.
more important things in football just now. I
Yeah. So,
feel
hmm.
embarrassed being a United fan today for one reason and one reason
ah,
only. And not only me, it's like a millions of United supporters. Rio Ferdinand's come out and said his piece. A lot of people, a lot of pundits, a lot of ex-players have come back and said their piece about this. Why? I don't understand. And United driving the charge is also what I feel like I've been let down by. I don't know what your thoughts are, and you've been very vocal when you've been talking to me. So,
look, man, I really, really disappointed, really disheartened, really don't even know how I feel about this whole thing.
mm,
Because I want to go back to when I started supporting United. Okay, when I was growing up, I only started supporting United maybe in the 96, 97 season. I think it was
mm,
Cantona's last season. And United were a team that was built on a manager that was really, really good at his job,
mm,
players who understood the identity of the club, and players who wanted to play for the club.
mm,
And on top of that, they had a structure there with people on top, high up in the organization, who
mhm.
actually knew about football.
Yeah.
So we won trophies. We had continuity there because we had a club who had an identity. We had a club who had a proper recruiting system. We had a club that
Yeah.
knew what it wanted to do and the club it wanted to
Mhm,
be.
mhm,
Since the Glazers have come in, we have really lost our identity. We've gone into lengths to talk about what the Glazers have done to this club in terms of
mm,
what investment they've put into the club, what structure they've put into the club. There's freaking leaks in Old Trafford, is what I know as well.
mm,
They've really not put any money, and this for me, this whole thing with a breakaway from
mm,
the Premier League, the Champions League is absolutely disgraceful for me.
mm.
Um, it's a big kick up the guts for a lot of supporters. A lot of
Yeah.
supporters who have supported this club for a lot longer than you and I have.
Mm,
People who've seen the club, get relegated even in the 70s to when it got back to the powers it was, and now we've
yeah.
gone back to that low point in our club history. Um, I just
It's
I yeah, dude, it's
dude, football has now become, or sport has become so commercial right now. It's just people tend to see what has led it to the stature it is today. Now, what I mean by that is it's all when you, I mean, you'll know this as well, and a lot of people will know. Most of the clubs are based on local people trying to find a
mm,
passion and supporting their suburbs per se. If you, I can't literally
mm.
voice out that opinion anywhere any better or
Yeah, we don't.
this thing,
Yeah,
right? So it's all about. small suburbs finding uh, what do you call that, a unifying element in football and
Yeah.
building the clubs to what standard it is today. And today people have come and pumped in money, TV rights, this, that, all of the other, have made it so commercial that I don't
Mm.
know if fans are fans anymore or the passion's there anymore. Obviously it's there, but it's just I can't understand this game anymore, right? And as like you, I started supporting it based on the 96, 97 season, around about then, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
look, we both grew up in, I guess, different parts of the world where
Mm.
resources were scarce to a certain
Yeah.
extent, and then we could our exposure to football has come in later than an average teen in the UK would have been exposed to, right?
Mm.
And we built off that, and since then we've just knew one thing, right? We know the Champions League, we know the Premier League, we know what it means to win either one of them. We know the pains that clubs go through to be relegated. We know what it takes to get promoted to get promoted to the Premier League and then stay there and then do things like that. I mean, I've never seen United be in that state, but small clubs like Fulham who keep dropping in and out, or Middlesbrough keeping dropping in and out.
Yeah.
It's such a big loss as a whole system, and that system's so loosely defined these days. And unfortunately, what's prepping it up is money at the end of the day,
Mm.
and money is not the foundation you want anything to be built on.
Yeah. I think the most upsetting thing for me, Chai, is that okay, Real Madrid are obviously the ringleaders.
Yeah.
The Florentino Perez is basically the chairman of this European
Mm.
Super League.
Yeah.
But what's upsetting is that the two other vice chairmen, one of
Mm.
them is the Juventus vice chairman, and the other
Hmm.
one's Joel Glazer, who's the
Is he
United
United? Yeah.
United owner. I mean, we are basically United being one of the biggest clubs,
Should have
we
taken a
are
stance
basically
against it, right?
championing this breakaway.
Mm.
That is the most upsetting thing for me. These glazers who continuously say the fans are the most important thing in the club, they lie and they say that they've invested so much money into the club, not just from transfers but also in terms of facilities,
Mm.
with maintaining Old Trafford itself.
Mm.
All these lies being spread, and then this just tops the cherry for me. um,
It's it's quite embarrassing, it's just quite embarrassing to be associated with someone who's just been pushing this so hard. And it's not, if you ask, I bet you 100% of the United fans will be against it, right? Or be feeling let down in some shape or form.
Dude, look, I've just been, browsing through social media. I was just looking at, what people are saying, what's going on. And out of the 100 posts that I saw, there's
Mm.
only one or two that
Mm.
are actually even considering it. They've not accepted it. They've
Mm.
said they're willing to hear what are the
But it's
what are the
horrible,
terms
isn't it?
and
Because it's okay. Look, there are two aspects to it. Now, please correct me if my understanding is a little frail, right?
mm,
Now, this could mean no premiership, but this
mm,
could also mean premiership to a certain extent, plus playing outside of the European League, right? That's
mm,
that's the options that I see on the table, right? Now, let's assume it's the second, which means we still play the Premier League, and this will be a substitute for Champions League.
Champions League. Yeah.
Every club that has fought so hard to be a part of that tradition of winning, of even getting close to a Europa League or a Champions League or whatever, is all means nothing right now, right?
Mm,
And it's been built over so many years, and fucking hell,
yeah.
I can't understand.
See,
And
for me,
what?
Chai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go on, go on, go on, go on.
No, see, for me, when I look at this whole thing, it's simple. When I look at the Premier League, okay, the one attractive factor that the Premier League has over the other leagues out there
Mm.
is the competitiveness of the league. Okay,
Yeah.
you could have the likes of a Leeds turn
Mm.
up at Etihad and beat City 1-0 or
Yeah,
2-1 or whatever it is.
yeah,
You could have a Sheffield United rock up at Old Trafford and beat United 3-0 or 3-2
yeah,
or whatever it is.
yeah,
There is that unpredictability in that league because any team can beat
yeah.
the winners, the champions, the runners up. It doesn't matter. And that is what we're going to lose with this whole thing, this
Oh,
whole breakaway
100%.
thing.
100%.
Um,
And look,
the thing
what's
is,
it
there's
going to
not going
take?
to, number one, there's not going to be enough, like, TV rights are going to be next to nothing because
Yeah.
Broadcasters are going to go there and say, "Oh, what's the point now?
Yeah.
There's no incentive for us."
Mm.
Clubs like Leicester are probably, they're probably not going to invest as much into their team
Hmm.
because there won't be money there. So
Hmm.
you won't see a Leicester or or Tottenham even come up and win the league out of nowhere. Then you look at, okay, even the big six, as you call it, the United, the Liverpools, and all that.
How
What
explain to me
incentive
one
is there?
thing?
What
What
incentive is for that for them to do well in the league?
there isn't.
What is the point of even playing in the league then?
There isn't one. And you know what? Okay, let me ask you this question, right? So we've ascertained the top six of the English league based on what exactly? Okay, you know what? City and United make and Liverpool make the revenue cut, maybe, right? Maybe revenue cut. What the fuck is Arsenal doing there, dude? I mean, are you kidding me?
Arsenal, Tottenham, even Man City, Chai.
Ma-
Even Man City have never ever won the Champions League. How are these three clubs being included in the Super League?
Because they have the money, dude.
That is
That's
bullshit.
all.
Nottingham Forest should be there. Nottingham Forest has won the Champions League. Why aren't they there? They've got
No money.
pedigree. They've got more pedigree than City. They've got more pedigree than Tottenham. They've got more
No,
pedigree than
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
That is
I
just
mean,
bullshit. So what this tells me is that money will solve all your problems.
yeah. It's dude, who is this money feeding? It's not feeding the hungriest. It's feeding the greediest. That's the difference, right? It's
And the worst
oh,
part is, Chai, I'm just going, I'm just like, this has really affected me because, yeah, it's just something that I'm
look.
completely against.
I,
And so, like, the worst thing about this whole thing is they've made this announcement before the Champions League semifinals have been
played out.
completed, before the
Mm.
Europa League semifinals are completed. The likes of United, the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Man
City,
City, and
Chelsea.
Chelsea, we've all got stakes at winning a trophy this season in
Nobody
Europe.
cares, right?
I just wonder what's going to happen to the mentality of the players. Never mind the club, Chai.
Yeah,
When the club backstabs the players and
yeah.
says they're going to break away before the semi-finals, what
It's
motivation is there as a player for you to perform and win that trophy?
dude. I mean, it's all seeming unreal right now, right? And and it's only about time that it'll all sink in. But I, I have no words to describe what's going on because didn't we always live to see United play Madrid in a Champions League setting? Didn't we always look forward to that game where we're playing Barca, we're playing this in a setting that is a semi-final or a bloody
Yeah,
final itself? We all look forward to those games growing up, right? Now it's just going to be a random, it's going to be a Wednesday
another one of
afternoon.
those fixture. Yeah,
It's going to be a
another one of
Wednesday
those fixture.
afternoon. Oh, Wednesday evening,
Yeah,
right? Or
yeah,
it's going to be one of those. I'm like, yeah, we'll fucking see them play. One season will go through, then the second season will come by. We know exactly what's haapening. People get richer. Real Madrid will just go by. You remember the teams that they had, right? Figo on the
yeah. They'll
left,
buy. Yeah,
Beckham on
they'll
the
buy
right, bloody
Haaland. They'll buy
Ronaldo.
someone else. Yeah, the thing is, man, I just this is just going to destroy football as we know
And
it.
dude, the
Is
worst part is it comes at the same time as the fucking fair play is removed, huh? There is something
it
fucking
is
looks like
all
a very
planned, Chai.
conspiracy, right?
And this is the funny part, right? So in October last year, apparently someone had quizzed Woodward about
Yeah,
this speculation about this Super League forming up.
yeah.
Woodward point blank said he had no idea or it's not happening.
Dude,
I
it's
think
crazy.
this has been in the making for a long time, Chai. And this
Fucking hell.
COVID has given them ammunition
It's
to push it through.
what pisses me off is you have bloody so many deaths due to this pandemic, and they decide to do it this year. There are fucking cases popping up left, right, and center in India and places that sort. People are dying. There's no heat to what every supporter has gone through the season. I mean, you know what? We sit and watch the game. There are people who go to the stadiums, people who work in the stadiums, people who do that for a living, they've all been affected by pandemic, and this is the decision that happens during this year. That's what fucking pisses me off. There's no heat to any of those fucking sentiments there. They said fucking, you know what, there's JP Morgan throwing money in, I'm gonna go. That's typically it. Or Goldman Sachs, whoever the fucking big four bank is.
Yeah, dude, it is, and basically, if you're gonna write, a short story for kids and all that,
Yeah.
basically all you have to tell them is that as long as you have money,
Yeah.
you can solve the world's problems. You can be as corrupt as you want. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want and get away with murder.
And you know what, dude? In that little tale, you might want to also add there was a time where there was this thing called the Premier League where United used to play.
Yeah, yeah. A short, footnote in history. That's what we've
Absolutely.
become. Um,
It's
Look,
unfortunate.
man. Look, I don't know. I'm just hoping, Chai. I'm really, really hoping it's just a ploy or a negotiation tactic for these clubs to get more
Negotiation
money.
for what, Gary? That's what I don't. What is the ulterior motive? If it's money, now what
Look,
else
I
can
think,
they
I think,
do?
I think the whole reason why these clubs have come out is because, as you're probably aware, the Champions League structures now going to include 32 teams,
Yeah,
and so I think there's a lot of unhappiness from some of these big clubs. I think they also feel that they're not getting as much revenue
yeah.
uh, as they should be because they're bigger
That's
clubs. So I'm just hoping. Look, I'm just really, really hoping that we can come to some resolution
yeah.
and keep
I mean,
keep
at
keep
this
going.
stage, the best I can hope for is we still play the Premier League. That's all, right? Or this
Uh,
doesn't. Okay, okay, not the best I can hope for. The best I can hope
yeah,
for is this will just go away.
yeah.
But at least as a minimum, if anything has to come off this, just keep the Premier League just going, dude. I mean, it's just
Dude, it's not just that, not just the Premier League actually. It's even for international fixtures.
international.
So World
Exactly.
Cups and all that.
The players can't be involved.
So what happens then? If you're a Mbappe or you're a Pogba, you can't play for
Mbappe is
France.
lucky because he is in PSG and PSG probably hasn't signed it.
Yeah,
So
actually, you're right. Yeah, yeah. Well, if he goes to Madrid, then well,
Madrid
probably
will
not,
buy him,
right?
right? So fuck it.
Yeah. Madrid will now be, oh yeah, Mbappe, take that.
Yes. Fucking sell some monarchical properties and they fucking buy these people. Fucking hell. But anyway, that was the show, guys. It's pretty
Yeah, we barely
solemn.
spoke about the game. We barely spoke about the game, and this is the unfortunate thing, Chai. We
This is the
played.
unfortunate
We
thing.
got a really, really good result. I was really happy, especially coming out of that, Europa League fixture. I was really pumped. But
Yeah.
United's always got a way to bring you down. It's the story of the season. There's always a way to bring you down, and this is it.
That's very eloquently put, Gary. I think I couldn't fucking sum up how we're
Yeah,
feeling any better than that. But on that note, it's time to say goodbye for today, anyway. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching the channel. And
yeah,
if you like the video, please hit the like button.
yeah.
And if you
Please put
haven't
your
subscribed,
comments.
please do. And put your comments. And there's a
Yeah.
bell icon right next to the subscribe. So please hit that and show us your support. Yeah, until the next time, this is Chai with Gary.